woke up in the morning.
Let's begin with a new segment, sure to win your hearts and minds over the next few years.
On the radio. Virgin.
Broadcasting from the iconic 299 Queen Street West. Good morning.
This is Virgin Mornings.
Radiated through space.
With Adam Wylde and TJ.
Your new morning show.
Minus 21. Happy Monday, everybody. Ugh. It's a cold kick in the face. It really is. So you walk out of your house and you're like, wow, that's what cold feels like. I forgot.
You know, when you're bundling up and you're like, I'm ready for this. You're going to think you're ready for it, and then you're going to walk outside and realize, oh, I am very much not ready for this.
That's right. Oh, yeah. Like, I was walking the dogs yesterday, and I swear to you, waist down, went numb, completely numb.
That might be a medical thing.
Should check that out, huh?
Yeah, you should get that looked at, maybe.
So today, we're going to think Pineapple Beach. We'll tell you how to get on the Virgin Radio VIP standby list in just a second, but first, let's go around the room. TJ, what's on your mind?
You know, today could have gone either way. I could have been sitting here telling you that Adam Wylde was a horrific hockey player, and he's not welcome out to play Friday hockey with me anymore. But Adam did show up to our men's league game on Friday, the first time you and I have ever played together, and he not only played well, but he scored the game-winning goal with 7 seconds left, like an absolute all-star. Our own Austin Matthews.
I should say that the guy that passed it to me had 3 guys on him and did all the work, but whatever, it's cool. Jesse, I have to be honest with you, just to add to what TJ said. TJ came in and scored the most beautiful goal. Walked across the blue line, scores this like goal, dekes the pants off the goalie and 2 defenders, and then he comes over to me and goes, sorry I didn't pass it to you there. I just felt like I needed to take it. I'm like, this is the most Canadian move I've ever seen in my life. I went home, told my wife about it, and she's like, oh, you scored the goal, that's great. How did TJ do?
Yeah! Did she tell her friends yet? She should tell her friends.
Jesse, what's up with you, buddy?
This weekend, I learned that every 2 days, a new person becomes a billionaire.
Oh.
So I'm going to start asking you guys every 2 days if you've become a billionaire.
No.
Not yet. I got high hopes, as the prophets Panic at the Disco would say, but so far not yet.
Hey, let's talk to Jenny on the phone. Jenny, why are you so happy this morning?
I have a great job. I work in a place where there's children, and I just love being around young children. And I work at a school.
So I know you love the kids, but be honest, is there anything that they do that could drive you crazy this morning?
What ruins it for me is that when a name is trending, and then you have like eight boys all named the same.
Okay, Bryson and Bryson.
Grayson and Drayson.
Bryson B, Bryson D, Bryson A.
Oh, boy. Well, you have fun this morning. Thank you for doing what you do and being a teacher and being in this early. Oh, my goodness. Today, we're going to think beach. We're not going to think about the cold. We're going to think you in Antigua on Pineapple Beach. We're actually going to look up the temperature for you.
22 degrees.
Oh, it's 22 degrees there. Okay, so that's like a 40-degree difference from what it is right here. And the way we get you there is we hook you up with a code word 7 o'clock this morning. As soon as that hits, you text it to us along with your name to 99999. Don't text us yet. It won't count. You don't know the code word. And then we'll get you on a warm beach with Virgin Radio. Here's Khalid.
Virgin Mornings.
With What's Trending.
And this is what's trending right now.
Friday morning, we were talking about the Ontario PC's government plan to eliminate free tuition for low-income families and also get rid of the grace period after you graduate to pay back your OSAP. So it used to be 6 months from when you graduated. They've eliminated that, they're going to. And it will start basically the day after you graduate. Well, over the weekend, a petition started from Ontario students. Over 45,000 signatures already.
Good.
I agree. It's kind of nice to see students band together and be like, nope, not cool with this. Don't want to get too political, but if you do, you can do some research on it online. We're also going to tweet out the petition for you.
Or ask anybody in their early 20s what it's like to be saddled with thousands of dollars of debt and have no job right out of school.
Oh, dude, it took me forever to pay off my debt. Forever. In more positive news, Taylor Swift was spotted leaving a recording studio, leading many to speculation that she's recording a new album.
You know what's funny about her? She was going to take some time off, and we had just gotten to the point where all of her songs were somewhat out of radio rotation.
Yeah.
And then she was back. And apparently that was 2 years. She took 2014 to 2016 off or something like that, or whatever it was. And then she was back with the Reputation tour or whatever. So, yeah.
When did that album come out?
2017, I want to say.
Has it already been that long?
Yeah, I think so. It's 2019, man. She toured all last year.
It's actually kind of crazy when you think about it like that, because it feels like yesterday that her album just came out and they were putting out those snake teasers on Instagram. You remember she cleared all of her social media. Everyone was talking about it.
That's right.
So who knows? Maybe we'll hear some new music from Taylor Swift, or she was just visiting a friend at a studio. When you're an artist, you're not allowed to hang out at recording studios anymore. The province is under a severe weather warning. I don't know if you've stepped outside, but it is minus 21 right now, and it feels way colder.
You know when it gets to like 0 and you're like, oh yeah, this is what cold feels like.
Yeah.
No. I walked out of my house this morning, and you will do this too, and it was like, oh, that's what real cold feels like. Oh. Not fun.
On the plus side, if your freezer's really full, you could just take stuff out of the freezer and leave it outside, it will still be super cold.
Bingo.
That's my life tip. That's it. That's the only life hack I have for you. That's what's trending. I'm TJ.
All right. 55 minutes. We will hook you up. Well, not 55, 59 minutes. Pineapple Beach, and you can get out of this cold weather right now. Panic at the Disco.
This is Virgin Mornings with Adam Wylde and TJ.
On 99.9 Virgin Radio.
minus 21. Huh.
Yeah.
And I just want to shout out everybody that is working outside today, especially CAA drivers.
Yeah.
If you are towing, if you are flatbedding, by the way, I had to do both yesterday. My wife had her tires slashed in our backyard. We park in our backyard, Toronto. I live in Moss Park, right? So it's a bit rough in certain parts. Ours is one of those parts. And we realized her tire was slashed, and we were in an underground parking garage, and the CAA driver had to come tow us out and then drop us because she has a Mini, and then we had to flatbed it over to a thing because you can't tow a Mini because they're too low to the ground or something like that.
What a fun Sunday.
Oh, it was great. But the guys that did the towing, amazing. So shout out to you if you are working outside, especially those CAA guys who are working overtime right now. All those dead batteries across the city.
Oh, man.
Now, in case you haven't been there yet, and TJ, I know you haven't, one thing that happens when you're pregnant, or in my case, my wife's pregnant, is everybody says they know the gender of your kid. Now, I found out for sure with science on Friday. I'm not revealing what it is yet.
I was about to say, do it right now.
But it's either, like, it's funny because it'll be, and I'm not kidding you, you get completely normal people turn into shamans. They're like, well, I just have a gut feeling and I'm really good about these things. You know, my friend Heather had a baby and I guessed the gender correctly. And we're like, well, yeah, because it can be one or the other.
Yeah, nobody claims that they're bad at guessing baby genders, eh? There's no one that's ever like, hey, just so you know, don't listen to me.
It's crazy.
I'm always
Pick the opposite of what I say. Never. So it's this gut feeling, or they have like a method. There's an old wives' tale. And TJ, your sister-in-law's got one of these.
Yeah, she claims it's foolproof. I think it kind of sounds insane, but here's what she says.
Okay.
You write out you and your wife's full birth name, like middle name as well. Spell it correctly. She made sure to put that in the text.
That's important.
And then you count the vowels with no Y. If it's an odd number that's totaled, it's a girl. If it's an even number that's totaled, it's a boy.
So you combine the two from the names, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so I've got my name, fully.
Okay.
Adam Dennis Wylde. I've got Sherry Lynn Connors, my wife.
Yeah.
I am 5 vowels. She is 7.
Carry the 2.
So that's 12.
Okay.
So that is an even. So by that, that's a boy?
You're having a boy. Congratulations.
Okay, all right.
Hey.
All right. I wanted to throw this out there because people say this stuff is foolproof. What was the old wives' tale? I know it's a boy or I know it's a girl because in your life. So like you had an aunt or someone's friend who doesn't really know you, but for some reason wanted to come up to you and say, hey, I'm going to rub your belly without asking. Also, did you know it's a girl? Because I know this thing that goes back several generations in my family, and we're always right about it. 416-872-9999 or 99999 if you want to text message us. It's Virgin Mornings with Adam Wylde and TJ. What was the old wives' tale they told you about to figure out the gender of your kid before you knew?
This is Virgin Mornings with Adam Wylde and TJ.
On 99.9 Virgin Radio.
Being pregnant is a trip. And I'm not saying I'm not pregnant, even though I look it. Being in a relationship with someone who is pregnant, it's incredible because you get completely normal people who are forward thinking, who are scientific, who are sane, telling you the craziest things, specifically about the child's gender. Everybody has a way that they want to say, oh, listen, I know this is an old wives' tale and it sounds crazy, but it works, and it's right every time. It's never incorrect. They've never got it wrong yet.
Nobody brags about being wrong.
No. So what's your old wives' tale for figuring out the gender of a child? We figured out ours on Friday scientifically.
Allegedly.
But I still want to know what method you use. Vanessa.
Yes. Okay. So my mom taught me really well, and I swear by this, and I do this every time when I see someone who's pregnant. Or you tell them like you're having this or you're having that. It's the way they're carrying and in their face, you can tell.
Okay, so get specific.
Okay. So if you're having a girl, you're very swollen, you're very puffy in the face. You can tell that, your face has changed. And you're carrying a little bit lower. And you're not as round. And when you're having a boy, when you don't look pregnant from the back, you look normal. And if your face hasn't changed, you're having a boy.
According to that logic, in my beer gut, I am having a boy.
I'm also having a boy. TJ, you've seen Caprice. Does she, I'm not going to ask you if she looks pregnant from behind because I know you better not look at that. But
yeah. But can we just not do this instead? Like, can we not sandbag me? That would be great.
Virgin Mornings with Adam Wylde and TJ.
99.9 Virgin Radio.
So we're asking you about old wives' tales you were told about when it came to the gender of your child. So you're pregnant and someone comes up to you and goes, I know what you're having. And you're like, really? How do you know? The doctors don't even know yet. And they're like, well, it's this. TJ, text message is 99999.
Yeah, Claire texted us from the 416. She said, my mom swore she knew I was having a girl. How? She says, quote, when you have a girl, they rob you of your beauty while you're pregnant. And I was like, thanks, Mom. By the way, she was right.
Wow.
Claire's mom's a sav.
Yo, seriously.
Here's another one of my favorites. Sabrina from the 289 texted us. Just says, the salt test. When a woman is carrying a child and she wants to know if it's a boy or a girl, you should sprinkle salt on their head while they're sleeping, so gently that they are unaware of it. When they wake, note what name she says first. If it's a man's name, it will be a boy. And if she says a woman's name, it'll be a girl. Or, maybe she'll just wake up and be like, why is there salt on my head?
It's the weirdest thing I've ever heard in my life.
The salt test. It's a thing.
What are people up to at home?
Especially at night.
This is Virgin Mornings with Adam Wylde and TJ.
On 99.9 Virgin Radio.
Heads up if you've never been pregnant. I never have, never will, but my wife is. You're going to get a ton of people who are like, hey, here's some bad advice. Terrible advice. And also, I know the gender of your child, and I'm not a doctor.
Also, I'm going to rub your belly.
Yeah.
Right here in this 14
What is the deal with that? People just walking up and rubbing bellies? It's weird.
How often does that happen to her?
I remember before she even had a belly, she's a stylist. She's on set for a commercial she was doing, and somebody just came up and started rubbing her belly. A guy, the director. It was weird. Weird. And she was like, what are you doing? Anyway.
He's like, oh, you're pregnant?
Yeah, right? 416-872-9999. We want to talk to you about the old wives' tales. The ones that your family gives you like, well, my aunt taught me this one and it's never been wrong yet. What is it for you?
Hi there, Adam and TJ. So I have a story for you. I've had 2 children and my sister had 2 children. So basically, it's my grandmother's story and she was right for all of her 13 children. So basically, we have a feast before the wedding, and then we have a feast prior to the baby shower. So people keep track of what you're eating during the wedding and again what you're going to keep eating when you have a wedding shower. And in both the times, if you pick the lemon pickle, apparently it means that it's a boy. But if you eat mango pickle, it means that you're going to have a girl. My grandmother kept track of all her granddaughters this way. And I'm from India, by the way. I was born and brought up there. She swears by it, and she was right.
Really?
Yeah.
No kidding.
What if you just like mango pickles?
I'm going to buy, I've never had lemon pickles or mango pickles. I've just had normal straight ahead pickles. I'm going to buy them and just see which one Caprice takes.
Caprice, try one of these exotic pickles so I can paint the baby room.
Which one do you feel like? I got these cool pickles for you. She'd be like, what? You don't even eat pickles. Why are you doing this? This is great. All right, I'm going to record the reaction. We'll come back to this tomorrow.
All right, thank you so much.
Virgin Mornings with Adam Wylde and TJ.
On 99.9 Virgin Radio.
Let me throw this at you. The Spice Girls, but with a new 5th member. Are you down?
Like a brand new one?
Brand new one.
And here she is. It's cumin spice. Like that?
Something like that. Cumin, eh? That's what you went with?
All the spices I could think of on my spice rack, that was the first one that came to mind. I made chili yesterday. There was 2 tablespoons of cumin in it. And I remember thinking, that's a lot of cumin.
TJ is single and very alone. Very, very alone.
I had a big weekend.
So the Spice Girls are going back on tour. And in case you're wondering, no, they're not coming here because, funnily enough, Baby Spice, Emma Bunting, is a morning radio host in London, kind of like us. She can't leave. So they got to do a UK tour, and she's got to be able to be like, she can do it from remote, but she's got to be able to be up the next morning to do her show. So they are not leaving England for this tour. But Posh, Victoria Beckham, says she's 100% out. She's done performing on stage, hates being on stage, always hated it. And she's kind of busy with her fashion line and her family and whatever. So the other 4 are going out, evidently not just auditioning dancers, because, they're going to have backup dancers, but they are auditioning potentially, rumor has it, a 5th member. Wow. Just for the tour, maybe more. And I'm just kind of throwing it out there. Does that 5th member even stand a chance?
Depends who it is. I can't imagine they just grab a nobody. It would probably be some sort of big artist, especially for the UK.
So you're thinking like, you add another superstar to the cast.
Yeah, like somebody like Rita Ora sticks out to me as a possibility. I could see that.
What about like Kylie Minogue? I know that's an older name, but like
that could be one.
And then you don't like that one.
Did you see me kind of take it like, okay, what? Has it been 20 years already? I haven't heard that name in a while.
It's truly. But like, okay, if you're the Spice Girls and you're adding a famous name, Rita Ora is a good one because she's British and very successful and whatever. Do you go with someone that is in your age bracket, like was huge when the Spice Girls were huge? Or do you do someone who's huge now? Like if you added like Ariana Grande.
Ooh. I think you go with someone that was huge during that era because the Spice Girls going on tour is already a license to print money, which, sidebar, if you don't have anxiety and you're wondering what anxiety is like, Victoria Beckham is not doing a tour where she's going to make a ton of money because of anxiety. Off that point. New person. Mm-hmm. But like somebody from that era.
See, I think you go with someone who's huge from this era. Not just because the thing is, you already got the people from that era. Like, I grew up with the Spice Girls. Anybody my age, you're going to the Spice Girls for sure. But if you are younger and you maybe didn't experience that, but you're still interested to see, quote-unquote, Ariana Grande. By the way, that's not a rumor.
It is now.
It would bring the younger fans in to expose them to the Spice Girls music.
No, I think when you're there, the people who bought tickets, they just want to have the best experience possible. Mm-hmm. And I think the best experience possible is hearing more people from that era.
All right. Well, text us, 999. I'm curious to hear what you think. It's Virgin Radio.
Virgin Mornings.
With what's trending.
And this is what's trending right now.
So that snowstorm this weekend was kind of a big deal. There were over 350 car accidents reported within the last 48 hours in the GTA.
Whew. We had a flat tire this weekend. I was talking to the guy on CAA with the flatbed, and he said, I can't breathe. He's like, there's no he's like, I've had this, he had a Subway sandwich next to him. He's like, I've had this sandwich for 4 hours. I don't have time to stop. Like, I have to keep going because there's so many calls. So shout out to anybody towing, flatbedding, saving our butts today. Really super appreciate it.
Big shout out to you. And another life lesson, never get your sandwich toasted because then it will go cold.
True.
Today is Blue Monday, allegedly. There's a rumor that today is supposed to be the saddest day of the year, something to do with the amount of daylight. There's actually, the truth is that this was a marketing ploy.
Get out.
This was made up by some airline back in the day. This was the saddest day of the year to try and encourage more sales.
No, that's dark. Wow.
It's real dark.
Yeah, why would they do that? What's wrong with them?
Money.
Oh, okay. There you
Money will do it, usually.
Fair enough.
Normally, when you're like, why would anybody want to do this? The answer to that riddle is usually money.
That's a good point.
That's what's trending. I'm TJ.
I appreciate it. Hey, in exactly 3 minutes, we're going to get you your Pineapple Beach code word so you can go and party wildly at the Wild Party at Pineapple Beach. See what we did there?
Yeah,
and
that's clever.
By the way, total marketing ploy for us. Only it's not depressing. It's super happy. So happy Monday. It's Virgin Radio.
This is Virgin Mornings with Adam Wylde and TJ.
On 99.9 Virgin Radio.
Not only is it minus 21 in January, very little daylight, but Netflix went up.
All of that within a couple of hours of each other, really.
Really. Unless you are one of those people like TJ's brother, believe it or not, randomly, who has that fixed Netflix price from like years ago that it never goes up.
Yeah, they got grandfathered in.
That's amazing. That's so cool.
Because what was it?
It was like $7.
Oh.
It's now $16.99.
Oh my gosh.
And
a month.
Now, interestingly, there's a pretty obvious reason for this, and it coincided with Friends being brought back. Now, if you hadn't heard the news, Friends was leaving Netflix. A bunch of Netflix users found out about it. They were very upset about it. Netflix was like, well, we'd probably want to keep people. So they paid $100 million to have it for this year.
Wait, just the year?
1 year. $100 million.
Oh, I thought this was like a multi-year thing.
Nope.
Oh.
And it'd be interesting. I think everybody just assumes because Netflix basically greenlights everything, every movie ever made that couldn't be made by a major motion picture house. It's like, Netflix, you're approved.
Adam Sandler's in it. We're in.
They don't make money. They lost in 2017 $1.85 billion.
With a B.
In 1 year. So they don't make money. And now they're going out and spending $100 million on one show, and that's not even a show that they're creating. That's the show that was created 20 years ago that they just want to have people on for. And my question to this is, would you even have left Netflix? Would you have canceled your subscription if there's no Friends?
I wouldn't, but I don't know.
Like, that can't be that one show. Is that going to bring people in?
It has to be the show, because that's not your show, right? That's not your number one. Mm-hmm. If it's your number one show, because you have to remember that Friends is one of those things. It's more than just a TV show. It's background noise for a lot of people. It's something that they just put on when they're cooking dinner, and they just like it. It's like a hug. It's familiar, right?
So what's your show that makes you leave Netflix if they don't have it?
The Office. I'm done.
Actually?
Yeah, they lose The Office. I'm out.
Producer Jesse shaking his head yes, too. Hold on. You would cancel your subscription if they didn't have The Office?
Absolutely.
No Stranger Things, none of those other shows?
Nope. No time.
You guys are crazy. Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
You have to understand. It's the familiarity thing, man.
Actually, I'm curious to hear, 99999, if there was a show that was no longer on Netflix that would make you cancel Netflix, what would it be for you? TJ, we were talking quickly, and this is a quick thing, about shows that if they were no longer on Netflix, you would actually cancel your subscription.
Yeah, you didn't believe that these people exist. And I was saying that if Netflix got rid of The Office, I would be out.
What do we have?
And some text to 99999 from the 519. Brooklyn 99, if that's pulled, I'm done.
Wow.
Jane the Virgin, heard really good things about that show. And if Full House was taken off, I would cancel my Netflix subscription.
Well, I mean, that's important. Full House is like key, right?
Yeah.
Actually, have you watched the new episodes?
Yeah, sure, man, totally, absolutely. Except for that, I haven't.
They're not great.
This is Virgin Mornings with Adam Wylde and TJ.
On 99.9 Virgin Radio.
It is so cold. It is so cold that the toilet bowl at Virgin Radio in our bathroom is sweating.
Sweat.
You know when you pull like a bottle of water out of the fridge,
yeah,
and you leave it on the counter and it sweats? It has water. Our toilet bowl is doing that right now. I don't know why they didn't insulate our bathroom, but it's freezing in there. And it's minus 21. Feels about, they're saying between minus 32 and minus 35. So that's cold.
It's not warm.
And as I was in the bathroom going, I was thinking about CP24 every year does this. And I respect that they do it, but it drives me crazy. It's like the middle of July. It's plus 32 out. People are outside walking their dogs, playing volleyball, and they want to talk to the people who hate the heat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you'll have some guy on TV who's like, oh, I would take minus 30 over plus 30 any day. This is ridiculous. It's way too hot. It's way too hot, eh? And I'm wondering...
That's your impression of the guy?
That's my one guy. That's
okay.
And I'm wondering on days like today, are those people really leaving their house? Are you really leaving your house and saying, boy, I'm sure glad it's minus 21, not plus 21 today?
I'm low-key guilty of this.
You are not.
A little bit.
No!
I complain about the heat every day in the summer.
We get it for 3 weeks.
And then you're all sweaty, and it's the worst. Because I like wearing pants year-round. I'm a big pants boy. And in the summer, you can't wear pants as much. But I meet in the middle. I like fall and spring. Like, I'm like, I can't wait till it's fall and spring, and I can wear hoodies again. I hate every season that it's not spring or fall.
I do not get that at all. But I know that there are people right now leaving their house going, yeah, you know what? I'll take this over July. Which is crazy to me. That's just complete. So if that is you, I want to understand you. Help me understand how right now is better than plus 30 in July. 416-872-9999, or you can text us at 99999.
We did just have a text roll in the 99999 from St. Catharines that says, yeah, I would rather be cold.
But why? I don't know. Help me understand you. It's Virgin Radio.
This is Virgin Mornings with Adam Wylde and TJ.
On 99.9 Virgin Radio.
You know, in the middle of the summer, when it's like plus 30, and people are complaining on the news, like on CP24, that it's too hot? They're like, oh, I'd much rather take minus 30 over plus 30, there, bud.
And it's
like,
not even
why?
Hyperbole?
No.
They mean it?
They mean it. And then I'm like, okay, you walk outside today and tell me that that's your answer. Because I don't think so. I don't believe that. Not for a second. Apparently, I'm wrong.
Yeah, you're very wrong. We have a ton of text rolling in the 99999. A lot of the same points saying you can always put on more clothes when you're cold, but when you're hot, you're naked and you're sweating, there's no relief. Like, have you ever tried to fall asleep in an apartment without AC?
Oh, yes.
Oh, buddy.
Brutal.
Terrible.
Brutal. I actually, I had an apartment once that didn't have air conditioning, so I'd sleep with ice packs.
Really?
Yeah, it worked. It was better. Yeah, you just got to have them wrapped up in enough towels for it to keep you cool, but I'd have one on my chest and one on my lower back, and that's what kept me cool.
You know what freaks me out is some people have to sleep with a fan on every single night, and even last night when it's minus 30 or whatever it got down to last night, there were people in the city of Toronto that were still sleeping with a fan on.
And it's not even it's the noise the fan makes, right? It's not even the fan. But yeah, 416-872-9999. Lindsay, this is you as well. You prefer the cold.
I am. I'm something called a pluviophile.
What's a what?
A pluviophile.
I think I had that in college. What is that?
Pluviophile. I'm gonna look
Okay,
this up.
so it's someone who loves cold, rain, clouds. I'm so happy when it's like snowy and really cold and it's rainy and it's cloudy and it's gloomy and foggy.
Pluviophile, lover of rain, someone who finds joy in peace of mind on rainy days.
Yes, and cold and clouds. And
Are you an optimist?
I'm an optimist.
There it is. Yeah, we found it. One of these weird people that always finds the bright side.
Yes, that's the idea.
I don't understand you people.
I love it.
Hey, you honestly, you're like a ray of sunshine this morning. It's made me happier just talking to you.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you.
Actually, it's not a ray of sunshine. It's like a ray of rainbow.
Yeah, you're like a fog rolling in.
It's not warm outside. It's minus 21 outside, and yet there are some people that prefer it. Jackie, tell us why.
Do you know what it takes to go out in the summer? I'm just going to start with one word, and that's bra. Okay?
Ooh.
That's bra.
Bra sweat, that's a thing.
When you go out in the summer and you're wearing a tank top, you got to wear a bra. When you go out in the summer, if you haven't gone to the gym in the last week or if you ate pasta the night before, it's going to show. I just dropped my son off at school. I'm not wearing a bra. I'm wearing 3 sweatshirts and no one will know.
Okay, first of all, how do you get into 3 sweatshirts? Do they have hoods? Are you like that episode of Friends when Joey's trying to put on all the clothes?
I'm wearing my sweatshirt, then I'm wearing a fleece on top, then I'm wearing one more zip-up sweatshirt, and then my parka. And guess what? Nobody's going to know what's under there.
Well, they do now.
You did just tell the entire city.
Virgin Mornings
with what's trending.
And this is what's trending right now.
You might remember on Friday, the Conservative government announced that they are eliminating free tuition for low-income families and also getting rid of that 6-month grace period to pay back your student loans. You used to be able to graduate and then start paying it off in 6 months. They've gotten rid of that. Now the day you graduate, you're now on the hook.
Oh, that's fun. You get to walk across the stage and go, interest! Woo!
I am paying things off now. Well, students in Ontario have band together and have started a petition, and in just a couple days, there's already over 45,000 signatures on this petition, and it's growing by the second.
Okay, first off, just a round of applause for that. That's amazing.
Good for them for banding together.
Can we, producer Jesse, I know you're not on mic right now, but can we just get, if we can find that petition, let's tweet that out from Virgin Radio TO.
Absolutely.
He's giving us the thumbs up just because I think that that's something that, a lot of people listening today would want that. I'll sign it.
Yeah, absolutely. Me too. At Virgin Radio TO studio on Twitter. We're going to tweet that out for you momentarily. On a more positive note, Taylor Swift was spotted leaving a recording studio. A lot of people are speculating that she could be recording a new album. We were talking about this earlier. It feels like, I should say, that she just released her album, but that was almost 2 years ago already.
Yeah, and before that, she'd gone away for 2 years, but you just never noticed because her songs are always just kind of there, right?
Just kind of there. So she might have just been visiting a friend, though, in the recording studio. Taylor Swift is also one of those people that's famous for getting snuck into places in a suitcase. Did you ever see that story?
No.
Her security guards used to sneak her around in a suitcase so the paparazzi couldn't find her.
Is that real?
I'm choosing to believe it is.
Wow. That's, could you fit in a suitcase?
Probably.
I don't think I could.
I'm 6 feet tall, but I'm super lanky.
Yeah.
So I could probably fold up like a pretzel and get in one of those.
I'm just a little shorter than you, and I'm 200 pounds. There's no way. There's no way.
Couldn't happen.
I'd be too heavy. I'd wreck the suitcase handle.
I mean, I could get into a suitcase. I don't think I'd pass their airport security, but that's just another story for another day. And of course, the big story today, it's cold outside. It's very, very cold outside. The entire province is under a severe weather warning because of the weather.
Well, I mean, we do have this wild party at Pineapple Beach that can get you out of this weather.
That'd be kind of nice. Right now in Antigua, and at 7:52 in Antigua, it's 22 degrees.
Oh, man.
You'd be waking up at 22. This afternoon, it's supposed to be 27.
Oh. All right, well, let's get to our Virgin Radio VIP standby lister. Let's say hello to Melanie. Melanie, describe your morning in one sentence.
Freezing cold. I cannot breathe in this weather.
Bit of a haiku, I think.
Wow, yeah, that was perfect. Melanie, we've got great news.
Okay.
You're taking one step closer to the beach this morning. Congratulations!
Thank you.
So that means you, Wild Party, Pineapple Beach, you can sit back and relax all day. TJ and I might be calling you tomorrow morning to say, hey, you are going.
Now I can't breathe again.
Bit of a difference in temperature, too. It's 22 degrees today in Antigua.
Oh, my God. Oh, I could still use 22. Plus, not minus.
You're such a bad person.
Virgin Mornings wants to know.
Like all the way through to your core.
Am I a bad person?
Adam Wylde TJ. Question. Are you a bad person if your partner asks you to give something up for health reasons and you choose not to? And I'm not talking about like, well, maybe like smoking would count on this, drinking might count on this. In this particular case, a man asked if he's wrong for ordering sushi after his pregnant wife asked him not to. Pregnant women, of course, cannot have raw fish.
I think he is absolutely wrong. It's a bad person for doing it. A text rolled in the 999 said it's only wrong if he agreed to not eat the thing and then did it anyway, which is exactly what he did. Therefore, it is wrong.
Here's the story, okay? So he asked the internet this. He's like, before my wife got pregnant, we used to go out to the same sushi place and order the same thing, but our usual order has raw fish, so obviously she can't eat it. She also can't drink, which we used to do there as well. We went to the same restaurant because she still loves Japanese food, but she has to order something different. She asked me if I would not order our usual because it makes her sad and she can't eat it, but I'm a picky eater, so I ordered it anyway because I really don't like trying new things, especially sushi, which can be hit or miss, and he's right about that. She told me I was being inconsiderate for eating the things that she can't in front of her. Am I being an arse?
Assuming this is from the UK.
Yes. I gotta tell you, my wife's pregnant. I haven't given up a damn thing.
You're
not drinking, not sushi, not anything. I don't smoke.
Has she asked you to, though?
You know what? She hasn't, to her credit. And she's been the designated driver at any party we've gone to and that sort of thing. Which
has been awesome.
That's been amazing for all of us. But, you know, it's funny. I don't think that she would ask, but I don't think I would give it up either. Because here's the thing. Why make two people suffer? Does that make it any better? She's sad she can't have sushi, and I know I sound like a bad person here. But does it make her feel better that he can't have it either? Like, that's weird too, isn't it?
I'm just waiting for the people police to come down from helicopters and take you away. They're like, oh, I'm sorry, this person's really bad. If she asks you not to do something, and she's pregnant, she has the trump card. She wins, no matter what. That's the end of the argument.
Why?
Because she's carrying a human being inside of her, Adam. Something that you were kind of responsible for, by the way.
Well, like I was there at the first part, but I haven't really done much since.
That's fair.
Okay, so what we want to do is get your opinion on this. And actually, I want to know if you were pregnant and you asked your partner not to eat, and I want to know what they did, or not to do something that you couldn't do while you were pregnant. So it's 416-872-9999, or you can text us 99999.
If your wife asked you to give up shrimp, though, you shouldn't, because that would be mighty shellfish of her.
Oh.
Get it?
Get out of here. Dad.
Shellfish, because
no,
that's...
I get, yeah.
Because that's what shrimp is. It's
right. It's
shellfish.
Virgin Mornings with Adam Wylde and unfortunately TJ.
Do you get it?
You're such a bad person.
Virgin Mornings wants to know.
Like all the way through to your core.
Am I a bad person?
A man asked the internet, and the internet is a scary place to ask things. So you have to know this was a passionate argument between he and his wife. He asked the internet if he was a jerk for ordering sushi in front of his pregnant wife who can't have it because she loves it and he loves it. And he was like, no, I'm going to keep ordering my thing. And she said, well, I can't have it. That's making me sad. Is he a bad person? I don't think he is. I have a pregnant wife at home. And I would still order I make my order. I'd be like, sorry, honey. I'm going for it. Because I know she would do the same to me.
I do think he's a bad person. And you just said 2 reasons why. She asked him not to, and she said it would make her sad to see him eat sushi. Right there. Right there's the whole argument. Nothing to do with whether it's right or wrong. It has to do with, I said, don't do this thing, please. It would make me sad. You want to make your wife sad?
No.
There you go. Argument over. This has been my TED Talk. We had some text rolling in the 99999 that also agree with me. Mario said, I did listen in the moment. I would not eat what she asked me to. But when I was by myself, I ate like a pig. LOL. It's our friend Mario in the 416. Another text rolled in from the 647. When I was pregnant, my husband was sweet enough to go to the restaurant to ask them if they made vegetarian versions of whatever he was eating so we can enjoy a meal together. That is super sweet.
And that's a great way to ensure you have a second kid.
That's right. Yeah.
It's a romantic thing.
He's sticking around. And last text, Justine in the 647 also texted us, said, absolutely you have to give up what I ask. If I'm suffering, you're suffering too.
416-872-9999. Sam, what do you think?
So I'm on the side of the guy. Women think they're the only one to give birth these days. And sorry, but you chose to get pregnant. Live with it. Deal with it.
Oh, wow. Ooh,
that is a steaming hot take.
I would not go that far, but I'm not capable of getting pregnant. Only you can make that call.
But I want to throw out there, I worked in Japan for years, and Japanese women eat sushi while they're pregnant.
We actually just heard from a caller who said that they say in a moderate level it's actually okay.
Yes. So Japanese women eat sushi, and when you tell them you're from Canada and explain this whole you don't eat sushi while you're pregnant, they laugh at us. It's the same in Europe, and they don't eat they eat unpasteurized cheeses and everything, and we don't hear. They think it's funny.
Have you been pregnant before?
Yes.
Okay, and you would never ask anybody not to do something because you're pregnant?
No, you don't ask other people to give up what they're like. No. Sorry. Again, I just think women think they're the only one who's ever gotten pregnant in the history of the world, and somehow everyone should bow down to them.
To be fair, women are the only people who have gotten pregnant in the history of the world.
No. I mean, each individual woman thinks they're the only one who's ever gotten pregnant.
Yeah. It's like, here I am, winning the argument.
Virgin Mornings with Adam Wylde and TJ.
99.9 Virgin Radio.
I thought in no uncertain terms today that I would be labeled a terrible person for my opinion on this.
Well, day's not over, but yeah.
Which is, husband goes to restaurant with wife. It's a sushi restaurant. They love eating there together. She's pregnant, can't have the sushi. He orders sushi because it's a sushi restaurant. And she is sad about it. She asked him not to. He's like, am I a bad person for this? I don't think he is. My wife's pregnant. I don't think she'd ask. But TJ thinks, yeah, for sure, bad guy.
We had some text rolling in the 99999. It just said, she asked him not to. She said it makes her sad. TJ's right. It makes him a bad person. That's what Lindsay said from the
Look at you, Mr. Feelings.
I am just sitting over here on my high horse feeling great about myself.
You're such a bad person.
Virgin Mornings wants to know.
Like all the way through to your core.
Am I a bad person?
Okay, I want you to imagine that you're pregnant, even if that's not physically possible for you, like TJ and I.
And speak for yourself.
You're out for dinner at your spot with your partner. That you guys get the same food at each and every time. It's a romantic spot. It's a sushi spot. And being pregnant, you can't have that sushi. You got to be careful with what you eat. You can't have raw fish. And they go and they order raw fish, the same order they always get. And it makes you sad and you ask them not to. Is that a fair ask? Are they a bad person for ignoring that ask? TJ says yes. I say absolutely not.
I think, yeah, if they ask you not to, they said it makes them sad. Those are two things. One, they're asking you not to do something. So there's the automatic thing. Mm-hmm. Two, says it makes her sad. Your main goal as a husband is to keep your wife happy.
Sarah's on my team. Sarah, go ahead.
Well, I want to be friends with that last caller because I think her and I would get along just fine. As somebody who has also given birth twice, I think that this female is being very selfish by expecting the guy to give it up. So she's only got an emotional attachment to the fact that they eat it together.
That's what I think it is. I think because he said it's their restaurant. It's their favorite place. I think she's sad that she's missing out and she doesn't want to feel like she's missing out.
But they still went to the restaurant together. They're still sharing in the moment. He can still enjoy the sushi and she can eat what she can eat and just be happy in the time that you're spending together and let that be it.
Sarah, let's be honest. Moments are crap. It's about what you're eating. That's the most important thing.
It's not, though. I think she's being totally unreasonable.
Hey, Sarah, we really appreciate your call. I especially do because, you know, it agrees with my point of view, which is...
Virgin Mornings.
With what's trending.
And this is what's trending right now.
Talked about this on Friday morning that the government is cutting low-income family funding for schools, or for post-secondary.
That's right.
And they're also getting rid of the 6-month grace period that you have to start paying back OSAP.
I guess the idea was that it's supposed to bring everybody's tuition down equally, but that's not really...
I don't know if it's going to work that way. You gotta do some research on it. But they also, so the 6-month thing, you used to have 6 months from when you graduated to start paying it back before interest kicked in. And now it kicks in the day you graduate. So there is a petition online. We've been talking about this and we tweeted it out at Virgin Radio TO. If you want to go sign that, it's got over like 50,000 signatures, which is crazy. There were 350 car accidents reported in the past like 48 hours in the Toronto area. I don't know if you noticed this, but we got a little bit of snow this weekend.
Heard that.
Yeah. So if you're out there driving, do so carefully.
And if you're out there towing, thank you.
Oh, yeah.
If you're out there with a flatbed, thank you.
If you work outside today, you're a hero.
Everybody operating heavy. You know who it gets me on days like today, and I'm not even sure if they're allowed to beyond a certain temperature, is the guys up in the cranes. Because it's always cold up there.
Yeah.
But because of the wind, right? But I would wonder on a day like today, would that just... You'd be like, yeah, no, there's just no way. Because it's not like those little pods are well insulated, right?
Yeah, there's that too. Imagine how windy, like with how windy it was yesterday too. Could you imagine?
Man.
You must be a bit of a thrill seeker if you have that job.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. You're climbing that ladder 40 stories up.
You gotta kind of dig the heights. Taylor Swift was spotted leaving a recording studio the other day. There's a lot of speculation that she's turning out a new album. I guess we're just gonna have to wait and see on that. And a star of the movie Bird Box is the only person left on the planet who hasn't seen the movie Bird Box yet. Sarah Paulson. She was in the movie.
She is not the only person. I'm the only other person.
There's 2 people left on the planet who have not watched the movie Bird Box. In today's news, those people are Sarah Paulson and Adam Wylde.
I've heard that it isn't actually that good. It's just something that caught fire, but people were like, just because of the challenge? But the people, everybody that I know that watched the movie was like, it's okay.
But you know what it is? It's Sandra Bullock. She's fantastic in the movie. She's really good in a bad movie. That's what it is.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you should check that out if you haven't yet. So then you could be one of the 2 people left on the planet who haven't seen it.
I'll add that to my watch list.
Yeah, you should. I'm TJ. That's what's trending.
Virgin Mornings with Adam Wylde and TJ.
99.9 Virgin Radio.